From the air, what authorities are up against is clear. So many places for the escapees to hide.
What would you be looking for in order to help with the search from the air?
And if there's particular intelligence, we'll have the ground guys put us on something, we'll go take a look. Other times we'll use the camera, which is our sensor. We can do a wide area search for strategic views. You can actually see guys that are hiding behind rocks or behind buildings or under shelters, if you will.
Late today, law enforcement made it clear they are focusing in on Vermont. They received a tip that convicted killers Richard Matt and David Sweat may have made plans to head to Vermont. If they did, from our vantage point, the journey might not have been an easy one, especially if they were on foot.
Lake Champlain, obviously here to the right, other side's Vermont.
And if you got an alert right now that the two escapees were spotted, what would be our plan of action?
We would proceed direct over to wherever we're getting a call out. It would be overhead and wait for tasking, if you will. They may need us up high so we can stay out of sight so we don't spook them, or we might go down low so we can try to pin them down.
Even with more than 500 leads, pinning them down is no easy task.
You can see why it's such a challenge to find these guys, even from the air. I mean, we're looking down on the Adirondacks. That's 6 million acres of trees and heavy woods. And if you look out there in the distance where the color changes at that ridge, that's the Canadian border, just 10 miles away.
We're just to the north of the prison, kind of the outer perimeter, if you will.
We could also see Clinton Correctional Facility in Dannemora, where the men escaped from.
So you can see, though, they're not far from a heavily wooded area. I mean, it wouldn't take a lot to disappear into the woods from the town, right?
That's correct. They could have gone on to the north up here to all this vast woods towards Canada, or they could have gone to the south or to the southwest. You look at all the mountain ranges out there. It's pretty easy to get lost up in there.
Easy to get lost anywhere. So much so, search teams back in Dannemora today, just blocks from the prison, going house to house, just in case they miss something.
How can you assist with that? What can you see that they can't?
Most of the time for the house-to-house stuff, we're really just providing top cover. And it's really kind of a show of force. And the intent there is to try to pin the bad guys down or try to force them to move so the guys on the ground can see them.
A show of force against two men on the run, and the clock is ticking.